Hello, guys. Here comes Cruz. Hey, Cruz and I are wearing our Nebraska today because we're doing it for a friend that passed away, and of course we can't go to the funerals these days, but we wanted to represent. He was a big Husker fan, so while people are hopping on, let's go ahead and do the pledge. You're not the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And having the courage to change the things I can is kind of what we're doing today because, Cruz leaned on all my props. This may not look like much to you. I know he's making a mess. This may not look like a lot to you, but to a nurse, it might mean that their ears have a lot less headaches. Is that a headache? An earache? It's not really an earache. What would you call that? So, basically what I'm saying is this is something that we can all do. I just can't keep up right now with all the mask orders, and people have been tagging me in these posts about these ear savers. And I'm like, oh man, guys, this is an easy thing that everybody else can do because you don't need a sewing machine to do this, to help a nurse or a health protector. My sisters, can you hear the dinging? I'm sorry. My sisters, do I need to mute their conversation? I'm going to mute their conversation. Can I do that? Mute their conversation. Okay. So for 15 minutes, because that shouldn't take it. Sorry, they just keep popping in. Okay. Okay, this is a serious deal. So anyhow,
I'm gonna wave to Lauren.
There are a lot of nurses that are complaining about their ears hurting because the masks are pulling on their ears. And I can't do all these and do the masks at the same time. This is something you can help with. Totally easy something. So they've been showing some pictures of people wearing headbands. And you remember I showed you that button tutorial. It has to be kind of a wide one or else the buttons flip over. And the headbands that I had been making are a little bit too light. Those spandexy ones won't hold up to the pressure. So you can go to, Dollar General or Walmart or whatever and get a ton of these just regular headbands for not a whole lot of money. And then I've got pins there. You can totally pin on the mask, but the buttons work a whole lot quicker. So remember the button tutorial? He's trying to wave at people. Okay. And sew on the buttons. So the measurement is about 2 inches, 2¼ inches from the back seam on that headband. Or if you have elastic, let me show you. Okay, you need to stop that, Cruz. You're all right.
Like when they get waved.
Yes, I know. He's being super friendly. This is going to take 10 times as long as it should because of Cruz. So, I'm going to flip this phone over and let Cruz help me.
Okay.
No. Okay, come on this side. Come on this side.
Okay.
I know. You see these pants here because this is another way you can do it.
Oh my gosh.
Look at those pants.
I bet they were mine.
This is buttonhole elastic. And if you do have a sewing machine and can sew over the ends and then sew a button on here so that they can adjust how tight their mask is, that works really, really great. But this here, I know a bunch of people have just a little bit of leftover 3/8 inch elastic. I wouldn't go narrower than that for this project. That's it's upside down. Hold on. Don't get so close. Okay. It's got to focus. Don't get so close. Okay. That's kind of what I'd recommend, 3/8 inch wide, because it wasn't too wide and it wasn't too narrow. Now you can just stitch. Okay. You got to focus, man. You can stitch an eye over here or a loop. Hold it still.
Why would you stitch an eye?
I'm going to show you why. So that you only need to do one end. It wraps around the edge of the ear or the ear loop on the mask, and then ta-da! Look right there.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of people also, like grandmas and grandpas, well, probably more like grandmas, aunts, uncles, have these things kind of just sitting around in their stash. And then you hook this on the other side. Okay? Do you see how that works?
Yeah.
And it goes behind your back of your head.
Yeah.
And then it helps.
So then your ears don't hurt.
Yeah, your ears don't hurt.
But what about the back
other
of
one,
your head?
Some people are
Ooh,
using
that
it.
looks like a Band-Aid.
Some people are using ribbon or elastic. I like elastic because it's a little stretchy and it has some give on it. And I did fold it over and I did sew it with the sewing machine. But if you don't have a sewing machine, like I said, you can totally do this without a sewing machine. Okay, you can just stitch it down with the button and then go over this edge with some fingernail polish so it doesn't ravel. Okay, button, and we're gonna put a button on this side today. And excuse me, super duper easy. All-purpose thread. We're gonna cut ourselves off a little bit here.
She cut.
I did cut it.
Whatever you call it.
And then we're going to thread the eye of the needle.
The eye of the tiger.
Not at all the same.
Yeah, they are.
Not at all the same.
Because they both have an eye, I thought.
Okay. It's going to make a liar out of me. It's totally going to make a liar out of me. Okay, trust me. Threading the needle, that's the hardest part. All right. And then we're going to go both ends.
Oh, what if you pose me?
So that we don't have to
She almost hit me.
worry about a loose end.
Right.
I did not almost poke you.
Yes, right about there.
All right.
If you would look at all those bruises on my
I
leg,
tied it together.
we
So
would be here for a while.
we're going to just wrap it, push it through. Make one knot will do. I like to use two. All right. And then you're going to go right up beside the edge of your torn over with elastic.
It?
And then here's your button.
Aw, cute little button.
I know. And I'm sorry I'm using all white on white today, which makes it harder to hear or see it. I mean, God, you can hear me just
my
fine.
gosh. Girl,
Oh my
what
gosh.
is happening
All right,
to you?
here's what I do. I split this and go through this together so it doesn't pull through the elastic. Because the elastic does have some holes in it and sometimes the knot does pull through. So I just go ahead and
There's a knot.
go see how it caught? Do you see how it caught?
Yeah, like a
Okay.
naughty, naughty knot.
Like a naughty knot? No,
Yes.
you're naughty.
I wonder where I got that from.
No, your father. Clearly, your father. Okay, as he's showing you our laundry over there that needs to be folded still, he
They
doesn't.
didn't see that.
He doesn't need to flash
Thanks
you our
for
laundry.
telling them that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all your fault. I didn't
In
say
and out,
that.
in and out, in and out. Okay. And like I said, back.
Show them the laundry now.
Okay, don't cruise.
I'm done.
Okay, so you go through both parts of the eye, and I'm going to try and whip through this real quick here so that I can show you the knot, because the knot's probably the hardest part other than threading the needle. Just because if you don't knot it correctly, are you showing them this? If you don't knot it
I'm showing them
correctly,
your face now.
if you don't knot it correctly, now that I was interrupted 3 times, I know. Okay, here we are. Flip it around. We're going to do the knot. So there will be a loose, some sort, not loose. What's the word I'm looking for?
Stable.
Can you see how there are places under there that I'm pieces of thread? Yes. Okay. And then you take this thread and you wrap it around the tip of the needle.
Yeah.
Pull the needle out.
Yeah.
Find that same thread.
Yeah.
Wrap it around. You're going to have to do this twice. One time won't be
Never
enough.
forget the wraparound part.
Okay. Let's see.
I don't think they really know what
It's not
they're doing.
real pretty in the back. It's not beautiful, but nobody's going to see the back, right?
I don't think they
So-
even know what you're doing.
And I've got to hide the tail back there before I cut it off. And just to prove me right, you see this? That's the tail that came through because there's holes. But since I went in between the pieces of, when I was doing the first part, we should be good. All right. So that's basically how that works, just in a nutshell. So this would go behind the head. Each side of the mask is going to hang on that. You can use, like I said, a ribbon. Whoops. I promise when there's tension on the head, that works just fine. It doesn't pull out because there's tension back there. Okay. That's the third way to do it.
What time is it?
It's time for our song. And we've got a song over here for you today.
Curse you, clock.
Are you ready?
Just
He shows you the floor. I mean, he's got to get better at this videotaping thing. Like, I'm holding his arm.
We love the floor.
No, he doesn't love the floor.
The beauty floor.
I feel like we got a bad case of the Mondays here. Hold it still. All right. So this is the song that my grandma and my dad and everyone all love to play for us, and it just reminds me of a lot of really, really good things, lots of great memories, and that's what we're about today, creating good memories in spite of everything else.
My arm hurts.
The courage to change the things we can. So we're gonna start here.
Yeah?
Okay. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Okay, we're gonna do that part again. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. And there are more verses that we'll get to later on in the week, but oh my goodness, can we look at this? What a goon. Yeah, he's clapping his hands on his leg because he was holding the phone in the other one.
Oh, I can do both.
Okay. So your challenge today.
Since it's going to be 77, take a run.
Is it going to be 77 today?
Oh, no, that's Tuesday, I'm pretty sure.
I think that's tomorrow. So tomorrow we hope to be outside and we hope to do that
I'm
whole...
pretty sure it's supposed to be 72.
Who can argue with that? So today, your challenge is to do...
If you have pets, do whatever.
Reach out, call somebody, or talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. And then tomorrow we're going to be outside, I hope. Outside doing the fun project with some power tools. I know. Power tools and pallets. So that's tomorrow. Hope to see you soon.